topic of today is holding grudges. Have you held a grudge before? And if so, for how long? Why did you hold it? Are you still holding it?
Yeah. I've held grudges. Like somebody's, if I kind of have a little altercation with somebody, words or whatever, and they go their way, I go my way. I'm gonna still hold a grudge for just a little bit. Like if it's something I can get over, I get over it. But if it's just something like just bothering me, I'm gonna hold a grudge for like a little bit. It takes me a little while to get over it, a little longer to get over it. Like I was holding a grudge right now with somebody, with a family member, but I did the bigger thing and just apologized, which really I really feel like it wasn't my fault. That person should apologize, but they didn't. So I apologized and went on my way. I still didn't get no apology.
Took the initiative.
Yeah, but I ain't, I'm not gonna cry about the apology I didn't get. I just moved on, kept going. So I tend to hold grudges a little bit sometimes. It's unhealthy to hold a grudge.
Yep. I've held a grudge before. I'm not gonna say I haven't, but I remember what it was. That's a different story. But I have held grudges. And I haven't held a grudge like so big that it's that I haven't held one so big that it's like till this day, or that I can even remember. But I know I've held little grudges. Like the one I can remember, I was in middle school. I held a grudge, and it was over like the simplest thing. I held a grudge from middle school through high school with a girl, and it was over just the most ignorant thing. But and then I realized, like, why am I still holding this grudge? Like, what's the point of this grudge? Like, what's the point of? It's not getting me anywhere.
It's unhealthy.
Yeah, it is.
Holding the grudge is unhealthy.
I apologize. I talked to the girl. We laugh about it now. We laugh about it, but yeah, I apologize. And I don't hold too many. I have held grudges, but I tend not to hold too many grudges. I'm more of a person who would rather talk about it than hold a grudge. You know what I mean? If I have a problem with somebody, if I can talk to them, I'd rather do that. Be straight up and be honest with them than to hold a grudge.
Yeah. Oh man.
Will there ever be another incident or a different situation that caused you to hold a grudge?
Like I was just saying, the first one was a family member that I was holding a grudge with because I felt disrespected. I felt like what it was really was silly. It was really over nothing. It was really like something stupid that person did. Like they could have just went on and just gave me what I came over there for. But you choose to leave me outside in the heat and my girlfriend outside in the heat for like 4 hours. Then ride by like you don't see me standing out there, knowing that I need my money. That's what I wanted to get, was my money in the mailbox. My check was in that mailbox. I needed my money. So that person comes and they get there, and then we just had an argument. And like I said, it took me a while. I think I just got over there like maybe May or June. I just got over that grudge. And this happened last year around, I would say, August. It happened last August. And I just got over that grudge this June. And I apologize. I called and apologized because I did cuss the person out. It's my relative. So I did cuss that person out. But I apologize now. And I feel like, hey, it's petty. I went to church and thought about it and listened to what the preacher said. It is really petty. Families shouldn't even be coming at each other's throat like that, so I apologize. But, like I said, it kind of bothered me. But I didn't get an apology back. But I'm not really tripping over it. It don't even matter no more. It's old already, don't matter. I just know that holding a grudge is unhealthy, because you hold a grudge, you're gonna sit there and stress yourself thinking about it and worrying about stuff, and then you're just gonna lose it. So you might as well just not even hold a grudge. Just turn the other cheek and go on about your business. And that's what I like to do.
Yeah, I agree with Ty. It's unhealthy, like you said, from the get-go, and just get over it. It's no. I mean, it might take, depending on what the person did. If you hold grudges, it might take longer. Sometimes it might take longer for you to get over it. But eventually, if you can be the bigger person and just learn to, talk it out and get over it. One point he brought up about God. I mean, when I held that grudge, I was young and I was still growing, still learning. But as I grew older and I realized, like there's no point in holding grudges. There's no point in being that way. And even though for years I've known that and I've lived through that, like recently, I mean, I've always believed in God, but recently, like God was, has been brought into my life a lot more. And ever since then, like you just, like things the preachers say, things like, when I go to Bible studies and things we talk about, like it opens your eyes a lot more. And it's like, you got to learn to forgive. You can't just be holding grudges and be angry at, regardless of what that person did to you. I mean, like I said, it might take longer, depending on what the person did to you, it might take longer than other situations, but it's just, eventually, you got to learn to, whether you have to swallow your pride or whatever, just, eventually get over it, learn to forgive that person.
Yeah.
So do you think that it's a big difference, like with the holding a grudge between like a family member versus a friend? Like talk about that, like the differentiate. The differentiate.
Well. You know what? I didn't even want to call it a grudge right now with me because I got a little something going on, I guess, with this dude. I was talking about it earlier. I was in this dude. We used to be cool doing the music stuff and all that, and the things he was doing, the way he was living and the things he was doing, I didn't find it to be cool, and especially when you're lying on me and making up stuff and trying to put dirt on me because you're jealous of me. Yeah, I was holding a grudge because I really didn't act on it and do nothing. I didn't cause any physical harm to this person. I just tried to ignore it, but it's kind of hard to ignore it when you got other people in the situation talking about it and bringing it up. So I just started holding a grudge towards everybody. It's like, okay, if you want to believe this and roll with him and this and that, and y'all want to come in with this, yeah, I was holding a grudge. And I think right now, I think I still am holding a grudge, but like just a little bit, like lightweight. I'm not really stressing about it. I ain't losing no sleep behind it, but it does still make me mad to think about it. So I'm trying to get over a grudge. Actually, I really am right now, trying to get over this little grudge with this person, with this dude. But I think I'm doing all right though, because I don't have to see him. I don't see him around me. I'm not there right now to see him around me, but the thing is, when I go back, if I bump into him, if he say something to me out of the ordinary, then I won't be holding a grudge anymore. I will be acting on my grudge. That's what it is.
Okay. Now check this out. What if the person that you're holding the grudge against doesn't even care that you're holding a grudge against them?
No, because he's holding a grudge against me.
So what if
I'm just asking a question. It's like, what if he ain't holding a grudge against you and you're the only one holding the grudge?
And we can talk about it?
And he's like, I don't even care. You can hold a grudge and that ain't gonna affect me.
That's kind of like how I am. I kind of don't care, but at the same time, it's like, I know somebody's gonna bring it up again and it's gonna like make me mad again.
But what he's saying is, what if the other person doesn't care whether you hold a grudge or not? So pretty much you'd be holding a grudge for no reason. I mean, in other words, I mean, what's the point of holding a grudge if that person doesn't care? I mean, what's the point of holding a grudge in the first place? Is the question. I mean, what's the point of holding a grudge? Not specifically to your situation, but in general, what's the point of holding a grudge? Like, what do you see in that? Like, what's the point of holding a grudge? typically? I mean, why do people hold grudges?
I don't know. You know, I really don't know. It really don't make sense, but people do hold grudges.
Talk about your situation. Why?
Like I said, man, it's kind of like a lightweight grudge. It's like I don't care about this individual. I don't care. Really, we was cool once. I'm not gonna lose some sleep. It don't bother me not to hang out with this dude. You know what I mean? So it's just like I don't like rumors. I don't like people putting rumors on me and making up stuff. That's kind of like I was holding a grudge a little bit towards this dude. But I'm not sweating it. It's just like, you know, I didn't talk to him on the phone, but we just know we ain't cool no more. So it's like no point even talking to each other. We ain't cool. It's like we'll never be cool again, you know. But I'm just doing me, man. So I'm really not sweating it. I'm just saying, like, I guess it's not. I don't know if it's considered as a grudge, because it's like the thought of what he done is still in the back of my head. It's like in the back of my head, and I can never forget what happened. But I don't know if you would consider it as a grudge, really, though.
But see, now the thing, to forget is one thing that not a lot of people do.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people do that, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing, because if we forget, how can we truly grow? You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's our past that makes us who we are. That's what we
Exactly.
stand on. That's the name of the game.
Yeah.
So it's about what we do with the knowledge that we have. You get what I'm saying? Things can happen, and we can stand there and still play the victim role.
What matters is the way you handle the situation.
That's right.
That's what it comes down to. The way you handle it. And like you said, yeah, it's in the back of your mind. That means you're not gonna forget, like you said. But I mean, it's always gonna be there. You're not gonna forget it. But are you able to get over it? Like you say you don't care, but I mean, obviously it's still in the back of your mind, but can you truly just learn to just, let it go? Does it really affect your life that much for you to?
Yeah, it kind of does, because when I gotta walk in the city I live in and people see me that know me, that's supposed to be friends or associates, and they took the time to listen to what this coward said.
Then I mean, those are just people you probably shouldn't be associating yourself with. I mean, if they want to, okay. If those people you say are supposed to be friends and stuff,
just people that know me.
Yeah, or people that know you, acquaintances, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
You know, if they're believing what they're hearing without it coming from you, or without like any evidence or any proof of that, then first of all, they don't obviously they don't know you. The second of all, you have no business, associating yourself with them, because they're not the people who are going to make you or break you. You know what I mean? It is annoying to hear that. You mean to hear people saying stuff about you, rumors, when you know it isn't true. But if you deep down inside know that it isn't true, I mean, it shouldn't bother you. Those are just people. Obviously, they don't know you. Those are just people that are just there hating or
but
something.
It's not. I can't say it's that individual is the one that's doing the hating. It's the people that hear it. They know me from this perspective of being like this type of guy. For them to hear that, they're feeling like, could he really have been like that, or could he really have?
Now, do they come ask you about it, or
when they see me, they kind of give me this look. But then they talk to me, and we talk, and they like, I didn't think so.
There's always two sides to it.
Yeah, so they was like, I didn't think so. They was like, I didn't think so. I'm just saying what we heard, and I'm like, man, well, y'all heard wrong, and that dude is a liar and a coward.
Well,
so.
at least they take the time to ask you about it. They don't just, believe it and go from there, and just, at least they have the courtesy to ask you, hey, I heard this, is it true?
Yeah, but you know what? What still bothers me? I had one person that's supposed to be my friend. I told him about this guy. I was like, man, look, this dude's this, he's that, he's this. Like, basically, he lies about his whole life, and he'll lie